I waited way too long to start filming this. And lost all of the sunlight. So here we are. First, before I really get into this video, let me tell you a story. Okay, so I don't want to come off as judgmental, so I am going to share a little story with you first. I have loved pigs my entire life, absolutely obsessed with them. And there was a time when I got my first house and I thought I was prepared for a pig. I happened to be wandering through a flea market, found one for $25, and in a slightly impulsive move, brought him home. Adorable. Pink. Well, you're supposed to be pink. He was actually covered in mange, and so like bright red and no hair, and discovered all of that a couple days later at the vet. But brought this little thing home, loved him to pieces, and he hated me. Absolutely hated me. Screamed more than any other pig I've ever owned has screamed. Screamed whether I was touching him, interacting with him, or not. He would just scream to hear himself scream. I felt like a failure for weeks. I didn't know what to do. This was like 8-ish years ago now, so mini pigs really weren't as popular as they are, and there was not even close to as much information, so I was really lost. Figured it out. He became amazing. This video is for everyone who can relate. I am getting a ton of questions from frustrated pig parents who are at their wits' end, who have seen these adorable viral pig videos, or honestly, my videos featuring all of my adorable pigs that cooperate and are cute and friendly, love to be held, and that's what they're anticipating when they bring one home. And they're really heartbroken, disappointed when they bring this adorable little thing home and it's a monster. I know a lot of them I've responded to and said, be patient with your pig. Also be patient with me. I'm going to put out a video. Here is that video in the middle of the night. Be patient, be patient, be patient. Yes. I have learned some tricks in all of the socializing I've done, and there has probably been at least 100 pigs that I have done this for. I've mentioned the products in my other videos, but I'll link them below also. One of the products being the little pet pen. You can adjust it. It's just the general concept. You know, some pigs might be too big for something like that, so it won't work. But the idea is make sure you have a small space set up before you bring your pig home. That's going to make it much easier for you to interact with a pig that really wants to run the other way and never see you again. Make sure you have a small space. It doesn't have to be a pen like that. You could use, you know, a laundry room or a bathroom. Whatever you do, don't bring your pig home and set it down free in your house, because you're gonna go on a pig chase and that's only gonna traumatize everyone. So, small space. Also, I have shown the pet carrying sling. Again, some piglets might be too large for it. When you bring them home, just a warning, you're probably not getting a mini pig. That's okay, it's just gonna be big. But that pet sling isn't as scary as your hands for a pig. So it gives them the same sensation of being picked up, being held, being close to you, carried around, but they still feel safe. So it's a great transition. I've used it a ton, so I'll link all of that below. If you don't have that sling, it's also a great idea to just pick them up and set them in your lap, wrap them in a blanket, pet them a lot. You are gonna spend the first several days on the floor. Let your pig settle in for, you know, 12-ish, 24 hours, whatever. You know, coming in, interacting, talking, you know, try to keep the environment as low stress as possible. Don't overstimulate them. Once they're settled in though, it's time to start. They're gonna say no, but it is. I will lay down completely flat on the floor if need be. I definitely sit in there. For some reason, getting down on their level makes you less scary. It kind of makes sense. You're gonna look ridiculous, but it's worth it. Lay down on the floor in the bay area with your pig, or curl up if it's in that little pen because it's really tiny. Get down on their level and just wait for them. They're curious. They're scared, but they're curious. And so it might take an hour. I mean, bring a book, but wait. And do that for a few days. Spend as much time, if you want to sleep in there, do it. As much time as you can in that pen. Not aggravating the pig, not, going for them, reaching for them, letting them come to you. That's a great way to start. Now again, every time you try to take it a step further, the pig is going to tell you no. You have to be prepared for that. Don't let the pig control you. Don't let it intimidate you. They're loud. If you've never heard a pig scream and you're contemplating getting one, look up pig screaming right now. It's crazy. It sounds like a out of this world alien zombie. I don't even know. I'm used to it now, actually. I don't really even hear it anymore. I might be deaf from it, who knows? But just trust me, it's a painful scream. So you're gonna hear a lot of that. Prepare yourself for that sound. A lot of that sound. After a couple days of being in there with the pig, feed the pig from your hands, anything you can think of to show it that you mean it no harm. Then you start approaching your pig. Petting them is probably going to be challenging. They're probably going to run the other way. Just start scooping them up. Pick them up. Carry them around. They're going to scream and scream and scream, and then they're going to start to calm themselves down. It's a lot like a child in some ways. Keeping in mind, pigs are as smart as human children. Let them comfort them, pet them. They love belly scratches. Reassure them. But whatever you do, don't let their tantrums affect you. If you start to feel frustrated, disappointed, at your wit's end with this pig, have someone else take over for a while. And it's important to keep interacting with it as much as possible. But if you're starting to feel that way, the pig is very emotional and very sensitive. Their emotions are a lot like a human's. And so they start to pick up on that, and then you're just fighting a losing battle. So make sure you're staying calm. I recommend that people put earplugs in and just go about their day. Let the pig scream, let it figure out that you're not actually going to hurt it. And they're smart, so they will learn. For kind of an example, especially if you're feeling frustrated with your pig, think of it this way. Pigs are prey animals. The minute they're born, they are just instinctively afraid because they don't really have any defenses other than running and screaming. And pretty much everything is a potential predator for pigs. And honestly, pigs have every right to be afraid of us. I'm not going to say that they know that we eat them in massive quantities like humans do, but we do. So their fear of us being a predator and potentially eating them or harming them is accurate. It would be like if a lion came up to you and said, "Hey, I want to adopt you. Why are you running the other way? Why are you screaming? Just come here. I just want to pick you up, like I do my kittens, by the neck. I'm not going to hurt you. Yeah, I know, I've hurt other humans and all the other lions hunt humans, but I am not going to hurt you. Just exclusively you, just exclusively me. We're going to have a great relationship. Why don't you believe me?" That's I don't know where that came from, but you get the idea. Like, that is what you're asking of the pig, and so it's gonna scream and run the other way. And I hope that if a lion ever approaches you with the proposition of you becoming its pet, you run and scream. I love lions, side note, but I don't want to be picked up and carried by one. So keep that in mind. It does get better. I promise. You did not get an exceptionally bad pig. You did not get some crazy demon pig. Your pig is no worse or better than all the other pigs out there. Your pig has every potential to be just as sweet as all those cute pigs you see online. But you gotta put in some time. It's not like a puppy or a kitten. And because they've become such a, common, because they've become a more common, more popular household pet, I see this transition of people, assuming that means they're an easier pet than they are. Assuming that training them and socializing them is going to be more like your average household pet, like a puppy or a kitten, and it is not anything like it. They're so smart. Probably at least once a day I hear, pigs are supposed to be like almost as smart as dogs, right? Pigs are debatably the second or third most intelligent animal. Behind monkeys, sometimes behind dolphins, depending on what I'm reading. Right around with the dolphins and the most intelligent bird species, basically. And dogs. I love my dogs, but there's no comparison. And that means the rewards are so much more amazing and the challenges are so much harder. There is going to be the exception to all of this. If you're thinking, you're crazy, my pig has been an angel since the beginning, odds are good that you probably got your pig from a breeder that initiated the socializing. I stress that a lot. If you don't already have a piglet, this whole video is why I really emphasize finding a breeder that has already started the process. Going to see the pigs, going to see the breeder, seeing the breeder interact with the pig, and just making sure that, you know, it at least has been handled some will help alleviate a lot of these problems. Just go slow and patient, but also be consistent. I don't want to say relentless, but be a little bit relentless in your affection. Don't let them start to boss you around. Hold them when you want to hold them. Pet them when you want to pet them. Be around them as much as you possibly can. Wrap them in warm blankets. That seems to help. They might run. They might scream. Some of them will even try to nip at you. Just keep going. Your pig can be one of those adorable, well-trained, loving pigs in all of those cute videos. But none of them start that way. Love them unconditionally, spend every minute you can with them, and never be afraid to ask questions here. I try very hard to answer all of them. I know what you're all thinking, like, I just clicked on a pig video and I haven't even seen a pig. I'm gonna show you a pig. But just remember, she's sweet now, she was not in the beginning. I got water on my screen. There's Brie. Why is your face already dirty? You just had a bath. So there's Brie. I don't know why she's standing like that. Being a weirdo. There's your pig. Also, in case you are currently looking for a pig or kind of wondering on pig size, Brie, who is being super weird. What are you doing? She just turned 1.